Welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, you champions? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. I really do appreciate you. And today, gentlemen, we are going to talk about what you're going to do when a girl is sending you mixed signals. Mixed signals are very common with women. I'm going to explain why it is exactly that they do that and how you're going to respond in a way that's going to get her more attracted to you rather than pushing her away even further, which is super common among men because we think logically we should do one thing, but in fact, we should do the opposite, which actually gets her more attracted. And if you've been listening for a long time, you probably know some of what I'm going to say, but I probably will have a couple of surprises for you. So definitely stay tuned through this whole podcast. Remember, gentlemen, in order to master something, you need repetition. You need to hear it over and over again. And more importantly, you need to practice it over and over again. So definitely stay tuned until the end because I have one secret in particular that I'm going to save until the end. That's probably going to shock you because this one is not only extremely illogical, but it's also extremely effective. So make sure to stay tuned. Gentlemen, the Unapologetic Man podcast is growing like a weed. The thing is absolutely taking off. I was looking at my graph today and I want you to imagine this. Imagine the Unapologetic Man statistics, the graph, and it going just basically up and up and up, and then boom, it just skyrockets vertically. That is literally what's happening. I mean, imagine that. Imagine how pumped I am as a podcast host that's happening, and who do I have to thank for it? You guys. So I want to send you a sincere debt of gratitude. Thank you for listening to my content. Thank you for showing up to Spotify, iTunes, Player FM, YouTube, which is growing slower than pond water compared to the podcast apps, but it's still growing. And I super appreciate you guys. If you would be so kind to leave me a review, a 5-star review, obviously, on any of the podcast apps, email me at coachmarksing@gmail.com and I will send you 3 awesome programs. The Conversation Sniper, 150 deadly one-liners for building attraction, Guide to the Female Orgasm, make her look like a screaming demon that just got hit in the head with a tornado, and 3 texts to build massive attraction in women, impress your friends, baffle your enemies. All right, gentlemen, let's get into the content. So mixed signals. Why do you think she's doing that? Do you think she's just trying to play games? Do you think she actually really likes you, but sometimes she just doesn't feel like hanging out or she doesn't feel like texting? No, brother, here's the truth of it. If a girl is sending you mixed signals, it's because her attraction for you is not solidified. She's attracted to you sometimes. She's not attracted to you other times. You just don't have a lot of attraction, and that is always the reason. A girl who is truly sprung on you is likely not going to send you mixed signals. Now, of course, we have to accommodate for the fact that women too play games, and don't get it twisted. Women study this shit too, probably not as intensely as you are, but they do study this stuff, and this is a big one. They get coached by their friends, and they will oftentimes play games. But don't get it twisted. Women are emotional beings. They usually don't have as strong of game as we have because, again, we're really into this. We study it. So she's probably not going to send you extreme mixed signals if she's playing games. The reason why she's sending you extreme mixed signals is because, again, she's on the fence about you. She kind of likes you. She kind of doesn't. And this is a really important tip about female attraction. Female attraction is a lot like a dimmer switch. Like when you're turning on a light in a room and you can make it dim, you can make it brighter, you can make it less bright. That's how female attraction works. So literally as you're speaking to the girl or interacting with the girl, her attraction is going up and down based on your behavior mostly. Now, of course, it solidifies over time. If you have a track record of being attractive and she gets more emotionally invested into you, that dimmer switch is going to go up and up and up until, let's say, the light is completely turned on. But women's attraction is kind of here, it's kind of there, it's kind of all over the place in the beginning when you're first dealing with them, when you're first talking to them. Men, on the other hand, we're like a light switch. If she's hot, we're attracted, boom, it's on. Now, obviously, there's certain things about her demeanor, her femininity, her character that can turn us off. But largely speaking, and you know this to be true, we're basically attracted to a woman's looks. You see a girl, gentlemen, guess how long it takes you to get attracted to her? Literally 0.5 seconds. And they've scientifically tested this. And you know how it is, bro. And I know how it is with you. You look at a girl, you do the quick scan, check out her ass, check out her legs, check out her tummy, her tits, her face, her hair. Boom, you know if you're attracted to her. And that's quite literally mapped into your DNA because our attraction for women is, again, as I've talked about many times, based on health signs. Her ability to have a healthy baby. Your entire attraction for her is based on her ability to procreate successfully. Her attraction for you is based on what? Behavior. So if your behavior is a little off, it's incongruent, as I often say, she's going to kind of be attracted to you, kind of not, and she's going to be what I call a fence sitter. She's sitting up on the fence, she kind of likes you, she kind of doesn't, then she's going to give you mixed signals. Once again, she can be playing games, but women's game, through the majority of my experience, is not really that great. I can usually see exactly what their intentions are. And if a chick's giving me mixed signals, I just haven't done enough yet to get her attracted to me. She just isn't completely invested. Maybe she has some other guys. I'm basically in the dugout, on the bench, warming the bench for the lead hitter that she's more interested in. And don't get butthurt about it. Maybe you just didn't have the time to build up enough attraction. Maybe you just aren't her type in the way that she likes face tattoos, for example, and a prison rap sheet that's longer than her leg. Who knows what she's into? So that's another point. Don't get butthurt if she isn't into you. She's giving you mixed signals. She's not attracted almost every single time. So what's the play here? The play, as a lot of you guys know from listening to my podcast, is to pull back, pull back, pull back, put that chick on ice. Put her in the frickin' ice tray, slam the freezer door, and start talking to other girls. And this talking to other girls thing is going to be important, so stay tuned until the end. So you put that chick on ice. If, for example, you're texting with her and she's giving you mixed signals over texting. She's kind of into it sometimes. She kind of isn't into it other times. During those times when she's not into it, you pull back. How do you pull back? You don't respond. Literally, boys, if she's putting in ho-hum effort, giving you LOLs, ha-ha-has, saying things like, I don't know, maybe, meh, whatever, I won't respond to it. And I will hold my no response forever, which basically means she's on ice, dude. She's in the ice tray. You've slammed her in the freezer. She's done. Kick rocks with your head down. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. You're out like sauerkraut. You're off like a prom dress. See you later, masturbator. After a while, pedophile. That's the way you perceive it in your head. Goodbye. If she's doing ho-hum shit, if she's flaking on dates or saying, oh, I'm too busy that week, ice tray, baby. You're fucking done with her. Now, the reason this gets her more attracted is because what do most guys do? Most guys will follow up with her. Say, hey, so about that hangout I asked like a few days ago, did you see my message? Or did you get a chance to think whether or not you want me to take you to a 5-star dinner, blow smoke up your ass, fluff your feathers, and make you feel like a queen? All these dudes do that. So when you're the different dude who puts her on ice, what does it communicate? It communicates that you have options. It communicates that you're a girl magnet, you're probably dating other chicks, and you have other dates you could go on. So when a girl's giving you mixed signals, you push her away and you don't take her back until she starts pursuing you. That may beg the question, yeah, but what if she doesn't pursue me? Bro, then you're ass out of luck. Then you should be talking to other girls because nothing you do, except for the tips I'm about to give you, which again, stay tuned for that, nothing you do is going to bring her back. You chasing her, you following up with her, you liking her photos on Instagram or commenting on her story, low value every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Gentlemen, the golden rule, and I've done podcasts on this before, is what? The golden rule is, what would I do if I were dating 4 girls? If you ask yourself that question in every single interaction you ever have with a woman, you will behave correctly. What would I do in this situation if I were dating 4 girls? She's not texting me back, or she had some lame ass reply that took her 4 hours to get to me, not even engaging in the conversation thread that I threw out there. What should I do? Should I follow up, try to change the subject, show her a funny emoji or a funny meme? Fuck to the no. You're dating 4 girls. So what you do is you put her in the ice tray and slam the freezer door. You're off like a prom dress. She's done. Kick rocks with your head down. And that's the philosophy you have, which is, I'm the prize. I'm the hot chick. How many of you guys have ever thought that? I'm the one who's being pursued. How many of you guys literally think, and I really want you to consider this, that the penis in your pants is the prize and she's the one trying to get it? All the women in the world want to get into your pants. So few of you guys think that way. But once you do start thinking that way, you'll see the change that it creates in women. They will start getting attracted to you. Yes, even if she sends back a stupid LOL to some funny thing you said, and you're like, dude, that's a lack of effort. She's not into this. She's on ice. You don't text her for 2 days, you'll find, not every time, but many times, girls will follow up with you. And they'll say something like, so hey, regarding what you were talking about, and then they'll have a better answer to that thing that you said that initially they put an LOL to. Why do they do that? Because you put them on ice. You have sub-communicated that you have options. You don't need her. She's out unless she's participating. And this is a big part of what I teach my guys in my 3-month coaching program regarding texting. If she's participating, if she's trying hard, you reward that behavior. If she's not participating, she's giving you lackluster replies and she's being flaky, you punish that behavior. Yes, just like dog training. You do what I want, you get rewarded. You get rewarded with quick replies from me, with funny replies from me. You get rewarded by me asking you to hang out, me allowing you the opportunity. And think about this frame, boys. Me allowing you the opportunity for me to have sex with you. I'll go ahead and allow you that opportunity since you're putting in some hard work. If, on the other hand, she's lackluster, not trying hard, on the fence, giving you mixed signals, bro, you're done. She's on ice. You're wearing a bracelet that says, what would I do if I were dating 4 girls? Now, if she's on ice and she's not replying to you and you're like, God damn that Mark's saying he always gives shitty advice because she's not showing up at my door, knocking on it. I open the door, she jumps into the air and tries to slide onto my dick. Why isn't this working, Mark? Because you didn't build enough attraction, bro, Tendo. So even you pulling back isn't enough to get her attracted to you. But here's what might be enough. This, gentleman, is the main reason I suggest having an Instagram page and getting that chick to follow you. Because when a girl follows you on Instagram, she is always locked into and able to observe your life, your high value life. So let's say you're dating a girl, you've been on a few dates and or you got a phone number and you were smart and you got an Instagram. You have an Instagram page that communicates all the attractive things I talk about. A high value lifestyle, an adventurous lifestyle. You have friends, you have charisma, you're the leader of men, you're a go-getter, you're ambitious. Yes, you have women with you, but you're not necessarily hooking up with them. You show all this high value shit. The second she follows you, what do you think she's doing? She's going through your Instagram and being like, oh shit, this guy's an alpha male. He's not just another schlep, hundreds of which I've met over the last 6 months. No, this guy's different. So immediately out of the gate, you're building value. Then if and when she starts doing the female ho-hum dance, which believe me, boys, I know is annoying as fuck. I've experienced it many times. You put her on ice and you keep posting to your Instagram. You post high value stories. You post high value reels. You post, yes, you going out with other chicks, not necessarily hooking up with them. It should be communicated that those women are just friends, but they're friends who are attracted to you. You're going out with other girls. You have other options. She starts looking at that. She's like, he never replied to my LOL. Let me look back into that because she's feeling attracted. Remember the dimmer switch? You post a story about you going out one night with all your friends, 3 of which are hot girls. Bam, the dimmer switch goes up. She goes into your text thread and she's like, oh, he said this really funny thing and I just came back with an LOL. Damn, I messed up. Then she calls her friend Julie and her friend Amanda and her friend Jessica and she's like, what do I do, girls? And they're like, okay, let's get together. And they get in their little sewing circle and they start powwowing about how it is that they can get you back. That's right, boys. That red helmeted warrior in your pants is the prize. You're the hot chick now, not her. Now she texts you back and she puts in effort, then what do? You immediately reward it. Just like dog training. That dog sits down, shakes your hand, and rolls over with his balls hanging out and his freaking foot flapping in the breeze as you scratch his disgusting stomach. That gets rewarded. And you immediately text her back. You give her that reward. Now, let's say you're an older dude or a guy who just doesn't have Instagram. You're just not into it. I get a lot of clients like that who are like, bro, I don't want to be this guy who I'm not. I'm just not into social stuff. I'm not into Instagram. That's fine. What you do instead is what I call an energy push. Now, you guys know I'm very spiritual, especially considering the last episode I just dropped. So I'm going to tell you something that's a little airy-fairy, but I want you to have an open mind because this literally works. Yes or no, we are all connected by energy, and on some level, we can sense what the other person is doing. I believe yes. If you believe no, that's fine. Take your frame. But I think a lot of you guys will agree with me that there's something more going on here that is perhaps psychic or at the very least energy related. So what you do is the same thing I just said. What would I do if I were dating 4 girls? I would go date 4 girls. I would go meet other chicks. I would start working on myself, building my value, training, joining a program like Mark Singh's 3-month coaching program where I'm actually rewriting the bullshit in my head. And I swear to you, gentlemen, if you put that chick on ice, you start working on yourself, talking to other girls, improving yourself, becoming the high value alpha silverback that I know each of you guys wants to become, she's going to sense that energetically and she's going to reply back to your text. No guarantees now. And as I always tell my clients in my coaching program, I'm like, look, what I do works about 80% of the time. 20% of the time, it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? Because there's a myriad of circumstances I can't predict and I can't control. Can I control that her ex-boyfriend came into her life, who she was super in love with, and who's manipulating her to get sex? Of course I can't control that. So what I teach works for me 80% of the time, and it works for my clients a high amount of time as well, which is a huge conversion rate compared to what most guys get, which I'd say for the majority of dudes, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, probably 25% of the time, what they think is going to work actually works. So if we can get you up to 80%, which is where I'm at, you're going to be getting more ass than a toilet seat, as I always say in this podcast. So what you do again, boys, when a girl's giving you mixed signals, you pull the fuck back. You slam value on Instagram. You literally date 4 other girls. You put yourself out there, opening girls consistently, getting phone numbers. You work out, you improve your diet, you get a mission, you focus on your purpose and you focus on you. That energy gets pushed out either via your Instagram page or even just energetically, psychically. She picks up on it. She's going to text you. So the play is this, boys. What would I do if I were dating 4 girls? She's on the fence. She's giving me mixed signals. She doesn't know if she wants to go on a date. I'll have to let you know because she's hoping her other option comes through. Bam, you put that chick on ice. Push her away, push her away, push her away. You don't recognize the value that's in front of you, young lady. So you're done. Kick rocks with your head down. Then she's going to come back. And when she does, you reward it. Continue the conversation on a high note. For example, you're trying to get a date. On a high note, you ask her to hang out. Now, that secret that I alluded to at the top of the show is you continuously working on you. When you guys get a mission, when you make yourself the first priority and not her the first priority, when you stop chasing her and instead build yourself up to be that tier 1 dude, she's going to start chasing you the way it should be. If you guys are chasing women, they're going to blow you out. There's only one circumstance that you should be chasing a woman. And I'm actually going to do a podcast about that in the future. One circumstance where you're allowed to chase. All other circumstances are off the table. And I'm telling you, gentlemen, almost every single time, you do not want to chase her. Absolutely not, especially if she's giving you mixed signals. The one circumstance that I'm alluding to, I'll tell you what, I'll do a podcast about it within the next 2 weeks. So please come back, listen to my content, and you'll learn about what that one circumstance is. It doesn't have to do with her being a fence sitter. So don't go rationalizing in your head and be like, well, Mark didn't share that one secret with me, and that girl Amanda hasn't texted me back. So maybe the secret is for me to chase her and blow smoke up her ass. That's not the secret, bro. I'm telling you. Pull the fuck back, okay? She's on ice. She's done. You're the prize. And for the next few days, I literally want you to think, dude, this red helmeted warrior in my pants is what every single girl is trying to get. Maybe I'll let her have it. How many of you guys have thought that? I'm telling you, when you do this brain shift, when you shift your perspective in your frame to feel like you're the prize and always asking yourself as if you're wearing a bracelet, what would I do if I were dating 4 girls? Constantly ask yourself that, run every decision through that matrix, and you will behave correctly. Gentlemen, once again, the Unapologetic Man podcast is growing like a weed, bro. It just absolutely is skyrocketing. And it's because of you that that's happening. And I want to thank you guys and ask you guys for a review, because reviews really help me. They make this podcast keep going up and up and up the graph, where the statistics are just skyrocketing into the stratosphere. So please leave me that review. Email me at coachmarksing@gmail.com once you have left that review. Let me know you've done so. I will send you 3 awesome programs and probably a little bonus on top of that. As if all the bonuses I give aren't enough, I'm going to give you even more, because yes, I'm a go-giver, and I want to give you guys thanks for following this podcast, continuing to listen, continuing to download. It truly does mean a lot. So gentlemen, when she's giving you them mixed signals, you know what to do. Put her ass in the ice tray, slam the freezer door, and go talk to other chicks and just watch what happens. 80% of the time, she's going to come crawling back. Mark my words, gentlemen, this is how it works. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode.